Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called No PTO Payout. At my last job, I had given them notice, and I had assumed they'd cut me a check for the 55 hours of PTO I had left over. But no, they said I would lose it if I didn't use it. So I went ahead and used my PTO for the last 55 hours I was scheduled to work, because I wasn't about to waste that. But then I remembered a time a few weeks back. I had taken PTO, but then I had worked about 30 minutes into my PTO. I ended up earning time and a half with my PTO, plus 30 minutes of extra work. I enjoyed my co-workers, and I wouldn't be working. So I sent an email to my manager. Hey Mark, I know we are a bit understaffed, and I know I took PTO already, but I wouldn't mind working anyway. Is that okay? Mark responds, yes, we'd be happy to have you. My hourly rate was $25 at that point. Time and a half put me at $37.50. So come my second hour of Thursday, I will be earning time and a half. So I worked and had fun. Come Monday, after my last day, my old boss called me. Did you work 135 hours last pay period? No, I worked 80 hours and I used 55 hours of PTO. Cause, like your overtime pay put us over budget. Yeah, you did say I was good to work, despite the fact I had scheduled PTO, right? I did. Thanks. He started laughing. Yes, I got paid. The company now pays out PTO when you quit, cause of me. The next story is called Note for Everything. This happened a few years ago. At my former company, I was the secretary for a small improvement team that would meet monthly to discuss issues within the company and brainstorm ways to fix them. I was given this role because people know I'm meticulous at keeping records, due to HR-related issues I had at a previous place of employment. I don't think my boss realized that this careful record keeping applied to her as well, especially when she appointed me to be secretary of this little committee. I was a model employee and went above and beyond what was asked, as were many others in my department. But we were still having customer complaints and dealt with regular safety issues due to the company at large and through no fault of our own. When we brought these concerns to our boss's attention, emails were left unread. And during in-person exchanges, we were called whiny, needy, and were told that we needed to just deal with it, whatever the issue, from items being stolen by customers to people being unhappy with the procedures the boss had set down for us to follow. It was always made to somehow be our fault. When we sought support from other departments, we were met with cold indifference, since the boss was great to them, and we must be exaggerating the things she said to us. During an improvement meeting at the end of the fiscal year, it all came to a head. Myself and a couple of my team members dug our heels in and were insistent about the unresolved issues the boss refused to acknowledge. And she finally went off on us. She told us everyone was incompetent, didn't deserve our jobs, and that maybe customers would like us more if we were more likable. When people pressed her on safety issues, she continued to reiterate that we would just have to deal with it, and that if someone was going to get hurt, they already would have. I, as the secretary, did my duty and took notes of all that happened over the course of that meeting. I usually did bullet points, but that night I was feeling a little more thorough, so I wrote down words. Every word that was said, every hateful comment, denial of accountability, and idle threat was recorded in black and white. A second part of my job was distributing the notes from the improvement meeting to the rest of the company. The next morning, I ran about 100 copies of the transcript of the meeting and hand-delivered them to every single department in the building. And things blew up. People from other departments who had attended the meeting were able to verify that everything I had typed up had really been said. And folks were mad, threatening to quit, refusing to do their normal duties, browsing Indeed during work, etc. My boss's boss, who worked at HQ, so I didn't get the opportunity to hand her a copy, got wind of these meeting minutes only a few hours after I had handed them out, and had an hour-long off-the-record conversation with me about all the safety issues I had documented, all the concerns I had submitted to management in writing, and all the records I had regarding my boss's inaction. She was very grateful for the 100 pages of documentations I sent over, and thanked me for my time. The day after, I put in my 2 weeks notice, took a new job, and pieced out to greener pastures. At first, it seemed like things were calming down after I left. The company did not renew my boss's contract. I still feel a bit bad, because I wasn't trying to get her fired or ruin her life. I was just desperate for some accountability thrown her way, to create some positive change in the company. But at the end of the day, I just did what she had asked me to do. The last story is called Malicious Offer. This happened a long time ago. Only the offer of compliance was malicious, and it benefited nobody except my internal satisfaction. I got a job at a large insurance company in their group health insurance finance department, not too long after I had graduated college with a degree in economics. I'm given one of the 3 group receivable systems to report revenue and told figure it out. This system was one from an old acquisition, and one of the people from the old company had kind of sabotaged the reporting. I was able to trace the mainframe data flows, figure out what was wrong, and fix it. During that time, the senior in my department took me under her wing, and we became friends. Our supervisor then suddenly gets promoted to another division, and my friend became the supervisor. I assume all of her responsibilities, mainly so she can focus on management and look good. So I take all the stuff she's done with a pencil and green ledger paper and convert it to a piece of software called Symphony. It had a Lotus 123 spreadsheet, a word processor, a database, and a rudimentary graphics package. My friend / new boss tells me she would have made me the senior accountant, but she knows from our becoming fast friends that my academic background in accounting is light, so she's going to hire someone else, and maybe in a couple of years, etc. Naturally, I'm disappointed, but more so betrayed. I just done what she had done, and way better than she did it, and off the side of my desk. Fast forward 3 months. My new boss asked to speak with me. She says the new senior accountant doesn't know how to use a PC. She then asked me to reverse engineer the reporting process back to green ledger paper. I closed my eyes for a second, then looked at her and asked, "Would you like me to use a crayon?" Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.